Fellas, we've observed a lot of Karens in their natural habitat. We've seen a lot of different behavior that they exhibit, right? I mean, it's gotten down to the point where I have a formula for detecting the Karen virus inside of women. And I'm even able to identify Karens in training, okay? I've done my life's work trying to combat this epidemic. It's been something that I'm very passionate about. I'm very passionate about middle-aged women getting mad over very big non-issues and making fools of themselves on the internet. It's something that it really troubles me down to my spinal cord, right? Like, I can feel it in my nerves. Sometimes I just want to put my hand on their shoulder and just say, my sweet summer child, those children playing in the street are not that big of a problem. Let's go back inside and have some yogurt or something, I don't know. But folks, I have never in my life seen a Karen go Super Saiyan. We are facing quite literally the most devastating and dangerous transformation since the Namek saga when Frieza decided he wanted to just pop out, right? Earth finally has a new villain. And in the Karen saga of Dragon Ball Super, Goku and the Z-Fighters will be facing off against one of their own. No Raditz, no Nappa, no Vegeta. We are talking about the legendary Super Saiyan Karen. Go ahead, folks, and get a look at this beast.
Property.
Call the police, lady.
I will. You know what? It's called dumping. I've talked to the code enforcement
Okay,
officers
well,
already.
do what you got to do. Do what you got to do.
You'll notice how stunned she was when he actually encouraged her to go through with what she's doing. Karens, for some reason, like to use the police, and they like to use authority as something to wield over someone's head, like, oh, haha, I can call the police and get you in trouble. However, in all these videos, when you see somebody say, okay, go ahead and do that, they're always just fucking stunned. They have no idea what to say. They don't even know a proper response because it's realistically the only thing that they really wield in their hand, right? Like, they don't have anything else. They don't have any other ability to mediate a situation. If you encourage a Karen to call the police, they probably will still end up calling the cops, but you will definitely get a pretty good funny look out of them.
Do what you have to do.
I love that you're videotaping me. That's lovely.
You beautiful, baby. You so beautiful.
You know what? I really appreciate your rudeness.
You beautiful.
And your inability to even have a
I'm not
conversation.
being rude. I ain't say not one cuss word to you.
I watched you out my window.
That's
blow
cool.
onto my property.
That's cool.
It is my property. It is illegal.
Clean it up then.
The backhanded compliments really make it, man. This dude just kind of toasting her shit, and I don't even know if she realizes it or not. I don't know. She is kind of goofy, so she probably doesn't, but... So the issue that has caused this whole thing is she watched from the window as he went onto her property, and I guess he either did dump something out on the property or thought that there was going to be something dumped. I don't know. I mean, obviously, you shouldn't go around dumping things on people's property. She has a right to say something, but I mean, she's taking it to a complete fucking extreme for no reason. I mean, just speaking to him like a normal human being would 95% of the time, in my estimation, just solve the problem. He would just apologize, probably go get the shit that he dumped and move about his day. In this dude's defense, I mean, you see all these trees, you can't really tell what it is, if we're being honest. I mean, it doesn't really excuse the fact that he was apparently illegally dumping, but I mean... It wasn't like he just like pulled into like the suburbs, went into someone's front yard and just started dumping garbage. I mean, this is the type of shit you see like way out in the county and country and shit. Like, you don't just be noticing that this is somebody's house, right? I mean, I can't even see a house through the trees. I mean, maybe a small glimpse or something, but it's pretty hard, right? So that leads me to wonder how she saw him through the window dumping on the property. But I mean, I guess that's besides the point.
Look, clean your property up then, lady.
Listen.
Look at it. Clean it up. Maybe nobody won't do it.
Dumping
Nobody
on
won't do
my
it.
property!
Oh shit, the energy is outrageous on this one. Oh my god, the light is blinding. Everyone cover your eyes and turn. She's transformed.
Stop
Do it.
dumping
Nobody
on
won't do
my
it.
property!
Oh, you mad now?
Yeah, I am mad.
You
I am
now.
mad. And you know what?
Listen, clean your property
And
up.
next time
Maybe
I'll call the
nobody won't.
cops. I will call the cops.
Nobody
you know
won't do
because
it.
this is dumping.
You're right.
You are illegally dumping on my property.
You're right.
Every time you blow at CM Design Create Residential Services on my land, you are illegally dumping.
Call the police. Do what you got to do.
Alright, yeah, but once again, like, it is kind of a shitty thing to just be, like, dumping stuff randomly on people's property, right? It's definitely not cool. And he is kind of being an asshole about it, if we're being honest. He's definitely acting as if he was in the right. But in this instance, I mean, no one's really in the right. Honestly, I mean, the Karen, she's definitely acting completely fucking belligerent for a very small reason. I mean, if someone's illegally dumping on your property, like, all it really takes, once again, you just gotta go out there and talk to him and tell him, like, not to do that. Maybe he'll pick it up. Maybe he'll apologize. You don't go out there screaming and acting, you know, foolish and turning into a Super Saiyan. Things definitely could have just went different had that happened, but at the same time, I mean, this guy's dumping shit on her property, it's definitely not appreciated, and he should be doing the right thing and not doing that. I mean, I understand why she was mad at the end of the day, right? Like, I wouldn't want someone just pulling up in my yard doing that either, but had someone done that, my first approach would not have just been me going out there and acting a complete fucking fool for everybody to see. And yeah, I mean, with everyone to see being the neighbors at this point, even then, like, your neighbors probably think you're a psychopath. Like, your neighbors don't want to be in there, like, your neighbors in there reading the fucking newspaper, chilling out, having a good day, drinking some orange juice, right? Just watching the television or something, catching up on that new Netflix series that everyone's hyped up about. I don't know which one it is today, but it changes every week. And all he can hear outside is this dude toasting her shit, and she's getting all mad because he dumped something in the yard and she's out here screaming. I mean, no one wants to hear that, right? No one wants to hear your fucking petty arguments over lawn trimmings or whatever getting dumped into your yard. Like, people need to learn how to settle their differences and actually talk to one another, right? Like, these are grown adults. This woman's clearly not young. I mean, not to be rude or anything. Like, you would think out of all that time you've been on this planet, you would find a way to peacefully resolve your problems. And, you know, at the end of the day, right, if he's causing that much of a problem and you don't think that just talking to him can resolve the issue and get the problem squared away and cleared up, simply take a picture of him in his truck doing it and call the police about it. Because in a lot of places, illegal dumping is actually pretty serious, right? I mean, if you're out here just dumping some shit in someone's yard and you get caught doing it, that's pretty serious because of, like, the environmental impact and things like that, and obviously people's property rights and whatnot. I feel like this whole thing just went wrong from both sides.
You feel me? You making all this huffing and puffing in front of these folks' house.
I don't mind. It's my neighbors.
Well, go talk to
You are
them.
illegally dumping
Go
on
talk
their
to them.
property.
Go talk to them about it.
No, I am talking to you because you're the ones doing the work.
Just check this out. If I was white, right? If I was white, you would not be coming.
I would
You
call
would.
to
You would
anybody
not be
that's
coming to
yes,
me
I
with
would.
this shit,
Yes,
bro.
I would.
No,
I would
you
call
wouldn't.
anybody.
I mean, I don't know about that one, right? Like, obviously, there are some of these situations where Karens just, like, target people simply because of shit like that, and they just are assholes about things. But I mean, in this situation, like, you're legitimately in the wrong, right? Like, you're dumping something on someone's property. It's against the law, and you shouldn't be doing it. It's not, I don't think it's that hard of a concept to really break, right? It doesn't really excuse the way that she's acting. I mean, once again, for like the 90th time, she's clearly acting ridiculous about the whole situation. But I mean, to pretend like you weren't doing anything wrong is just either short-sighted or it's just blatantly not true and it's misleading, right? Like, I mean, once again, I would be pretty pissed if somebody just came and dumped a bunch of shit in my yard. Like, just take this for example, right? Imagine like you're just chilling at the house and whatnot and you hear a truck or something pull up in your yard and they just start dumping a bunch of random things out in the yard. It don't even matter what it is. It could just be lawn trimmings. It could just be branches or something. Or it could be just like straight up scrapping garbage. You know, nobody would really appreciate that. Nobody would be like, oh, that's fine, just dump that there. You know, it's now my responsibility to clean it up out of my yard because you didn't want to do the proper thing with it. Like, nobody would want to ever deal with that, right? It's very rude, it's inconsiderate of people, and at the end of the day, it's illegal, right? It's not like this dude is 100% in the right. Like, there's a lot of these situations with Karens where, I don't know, it's like a kid selling candy bars or something on the sidewalk, and Karen comes by and loses her mind and talks about like, oh my god, these kids are operating without a license. And she wants to call the police on some 9-year-old kids because they're selling candy bars to go to, I don't know, an amusement park. And she's out in the middle of the street blocking up the traffic, acting a complete fucking idiot on video. That happens, okay? And in those situations, right, like, Karen's just out here being Karen to be Karen. And because she thinks that she controls everything, and that she thinks she controls everybody and what they do, and that she's like the vigilante of the law. I mean, in this one, like, you're doing something wrong. Like, you can understand why she's mad. I mean, the way that she's reacting is definitely immature, but I can't sit here and be like, I don't get why she's mad. I don't see why she's upset, because there's a clear reason.
Look, you going viral. You going viral. Listen, another one. Look, you going
I have
viral.
Done everything I can.
You going viral,
I've asked
shawty.
every company.
You going viral, shawty. You going viral. Look at you. Look, you turning red, baby. Look at you. You turning like an apple right now. Let it go. Frozen. Let it go, baby. Elsa, let it go. Okay?
I mean, at this point, it just, the whole situation has devolved into a fucking bickering match. Like, nobody's trying to even solve the problem at hand here. It just comes down to immaturity on both sides, right? Like, dude is obviously breaking the law and then is trying to act like he's not really doing anything wrong. And Karen's completely overreacting to the situation. But at this point, she's not even saying anything. Like, why even keep recording and just shitting on her, right? Just go out about your day. Even if she's the one who walked up to you being belligerent and acting a fucking fool, just get back in your fucking truck and drive up the road and call it a day, right? At this point, you're just antagonizing the situation for the sake of internet points, right? Like, you already broke her into Super Saiyan form. She's already clearly upset over something that, I mean, it's not like it's a world-ending thing, right? I mean, he didn't drive his truck through her house and, like, smash her cat or something. But he did break the law, right? He did do something wrong. And he broke her into Super Saiyan form, man. Like, at this point, you're putting everyone else in danger because now that Karen knows she can tap into that power at any given moment, she's gonna be in the supermarket and someone's gonna buy the last Hershey bar, and next thing you know, we got a fucking Super Saiyan in aisle 3 getting ready to just mack up somebody, right? And in reality, all it does is kind of reinforces her behavior, right? I mean, simply going viral is enough to, like, shut some Karens up because, like, obviously they lose their jobs for making complete fools out of themselves on the internet and whatnot, and, like, they try to apologize and say that that's not the real them or whatever, even though that's how they behave on a daily basis. But I mean, in a situation like this where, you know, even though she's gonna go viral, like, you just simply did what you did, you're just realistically reinforcing how she's gonna act. I mean, she's just gonna be like, well, I'm just gonna do this even harder the next time something happens, and some poor dude who didn't really fucking do anything is gonna be just chilling out, you know, living his life, and next thing you know, she's gonna freak out and hit Super Saiyan 2 on him because, I don't know, I guess, put his cart in front of hers in the grocery shopping line, right? I just don't see why people can't work things out, you know, in a old, like not an old-fashioned way, but just in like a cordial way. Like, it's really not that serious. And regardless of who started it, they both just kind of egged it on to a point where it got ridiculous, and they're both in the wrong. I mean, at the beginning, like, the guy, yeah, he did something wrong, but the whole reaction was completely out, like, no reason from this woman to be behaving the way that she was. But then as the video kind of progressed, Karen somehow masqueraded her behavior, and he ended up being the one who was egging it on himself. Regardless, though, we had a Super Saiyan Karen moment caught on camera, folks. This is a first. And at this point, if you're seeing any more Karens go Super Saiyan, we need that documented. We need to see how far their power scaling really goes. Are they a challenge to Goku, Vegeta, and the other Z fighters? Find out in the next episode of Optimus Ball Z. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. Thank you to my channel members, your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, breaking Super Saiyan himself, and signing out.